What do you call a bear that gets wet?
What?
A drizzly bear. Hey guys, this is the Hard Time Strong Men podcast, training up a bear class of man. And today we're running another Dadisode. What does your dad carry in his pockets? What is our everyday carry? But first, what's your favorite dad joke? Nomad, you go first.
Favorite dad joke? Oh man, you're putting me on the spot.
It's a Dadisode. You have to do a dad joke.
What do you call a fly with no wings?
Oh, God.
What?
A walk. That's pretty bad.
I'm going home.
It's funny to a 3-year-old. It was cool like 10 years ago.
What do you call a bear that gets wet?
What?
A drizzly bear.
I don't know if that's better or worse than the walk.
I don't even know if I can compete with this crap. This is so bad.
It's a Dadisode.
All right.
You have to.
Why do fathers carry an extra pair of socks when they go golfing? In case they get a
Why?
hole in one.
That's a whole other level
You
of
stop
cheese.
it right now.
You win.
Yes.
Oh,
You
Who's your
monster.
daddy?
oh.
All right. Hey, Nomad. Everyday carry, man. You know, you're a dad. What do you carry in your pockets?
Okay, full disclosure, I'm going to name some things that I carry, but I know a firearm is one of them I wish I could carry, but I can't, unfortunately. So I think every dad / man will start easy, probably have a watch. If you think you're using your phone to tell time, I'm sorry, but you're wrong. Not even because they're tactical. I'll go into the practical aspect real quick. I had this conversation actually today with my girlfriend that being a man, there's very little accessories or like, I don't want to say jewelry, but things that we can wear that you can dress up or dress down. And I think a watch is something that's very underappreciated now in modern times. So a good watch.
Analog or
is a
digital?
base. Ooh, okay. So I have a different opinion on both. I think different watches serve different purposes, and I'm sorry if people listening are this dad or man, but if you wear your work G-Shock watch all the time and you don't want to look like a cop, sorry, but you look like a cop. So if you could have a normal person watch when you're wearing normal clothing. I wear my everyday watch, honestly, is I have a dive watch and it's analog. It's not an automatic because I'm not fancy. I wish I was. It's just a quartz movement, but it doesn't look like a tactical watch. It's actually a Luminox watch, so it is quote unquote tactical, but it's their dive series. It's not the Navy SEAL one, so it looks like a normal watch.
Nice.
Okay.
I just roll
What
around
else?
with like a leather band, freaking analog watch. I don't want to look like military cop or,
Yeah, exactly.
fancy dude. I'm just
Yeah.
like, hey.
And like, I don't think there's anything wrong with like any form of watch. I just like, I have a Garmin, not the Phoenix, the other one. I don't even remember the model, but I literally just use it at the gym. It looks like a workout watch. I only use it when I'm working out to track my, heart rate. And I'm joking at the G-Shock thing, but I do have a G-Shock watch that I only wear in the field. It's my field watch. It's the Mudmaster.
I'm
only wear it
sorry.
in the field.
I heard you say Garmin. My head immediately went to like the Fortrex.
Yes.
Oh,
I just imagine you walking around with that on your wrist. I was like, no, you don't.
That thing's
You liar.
I'm walking around with the Fortrex and like a compass tied off to my pocket every day. No, I've got one
You
of the
laugh,
Garmin.
you'll never
like,
get lost.
Is it
I've got
dummy
one of the
corded to you?
Garmin, yeah, all the time. I've got one of the Garmin, like, it's the one below the Phoenix, but I got it for free through work. So
Oh,
You
nice.
can't argue with that.
yeah,
Yeah, I've got
Exactly.
like one of the Android Fit, like the Android like active watches,
like a
the little
like
smartwatches.
smartwatch or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Those are nice. I
yeah,
had
and
one.
like And like I just feel like a watch it's just very underappreciated now because people are just they're so digital. And like again, Android or Apple, like I had an Apple Watch that I got for free and I never used it, but like you look like a weirdo wearing an Apple Watch as your everyday watch. I'm sorry, but you do. So I'm like, just get a real watch.
Yeah,
The Apple one specifically looks bad.
Yeah, I need to get an analog, a good analog. I was looking at one of the like recreation of the old A1 watches, and those are slick. But
yeah,
and it's just really cool. And like again, not to nerd out so hard on the watch thing because we're talking EDC, but like the history behind the actual wristwatch that people don't really know, it was soldiers in World War One. Before World War One, everyone had a pocket watch. They only switched to wristwatches during the war. And the three of us being soldiers, I'm like, well, and every good soldier has a watch. I'm like, but you don't need to wear a G-Shock one like you're off duty all the time. You could wear a normal watch and normalize it for your kids. And like I got my son a watch when he turned 10 and I got him a real Timex. I got his like initials engraved on the back of the face. Wow. It's leather banded. Like he wears it still and he's a teenager and it doesn't look like a little kid watch and it's normal to him to wear a watch now.
It's cool. And I never wore a watch until I was in the Army. And then it's like that was like a thing that was like expected. Yeah, so like that was actually a thing that was required in my team. My sergeant was like, "You're gonna have a watch because you're gonna be on time." And something I did because I was a little nerd was I set it 5 minutes early.
Smart. So you're always early.
Yeah, so I was never late. But I do think it's important, especially like you said, just that history and just the precedent it sets. Like it. I feel like just on a subconscious level, it's, your time is purposed,
Yeah, exactly. And if we can normalize it, again, outside of the military and at a young age, and like I said, I'll use my son as an example, he understands timing and priorities and like he wears it all the time. And I know for me, I started wearing a real watch. Well, a real watch. Like I had some Fossil when I was a teenager, but I started wearing it when I got a job at a grocery store after high school because I knew I had to learn time.
Yeah.
And I've worn a watch for like 25 years now. So
cool. What else you
got? Everyone should have a phone probably. And I say a charged phone. How many times have you been with someone out in public and their phone's going to die and they're asking for a phone charger?
Almost every day.
Yeah.
Well, it's not like back when we were kids and everyone had flip phones. Those things can last for days. Like you can't get through an entire day of using your phone now without it dying.
Yeah.
Like it just doesn't happen.
And I think if you normalize it and like keeping it charged all the time, and I know for me, obviously, whenever I'm on my phone and I'm messaging, the two of you or I have other things going on, but if I'm not using it, when I come into my house, it's plugged in as soon as I get in. Yeah. So it's always charged.
Whenever I'm in my car, I have it charged.
Yeah.
I plug it in anytime. Like in my car, I have a plug and I have it in my house too. So that way, if anything ever happened and I'll use, the full prepared picture, if you lost power in your house now, how many people don't have a fully charged phone?
Right. Well, so the freeze back in 2021 February, right? We lost power for 4 days. Something that was more valuable than gold. We went to our buddies who still had power, and they gave us like 3 or 4 power banks.
Yes.
Just like little portable ones. And it's like, oh man, we took those home and we were able to charge our phones as we needed to, getting in touch with family across the state and everything else. It was awesome. So
yeah, and like I have 6 of those in my office, always charged, ready to go.
Yeah.
For that exact reason. But yeah, I think every day carry a phone that's fully charged with a case. Again, doesn't really matter the brand, but you have to have a case on it. It's got to be charged.
Smart.
And then if you're with kids, as an example, everyone has like codes and shit on their phone. Both my kids know the code on my phone, so if something happened to me, they can open it up and call. So
right.
I feel like almost like a standard operating procedure is you've got to have a power bank in your car. I do. I have a power bank in my car and a case on your phone because like how many times have you seen the notorious Apple freaking splinter when someone carrying an Apple phone gets out of the car, drops it on the concrete and it's just shattered front and back. But I mean, even so, like how many of them had cases on them? Most of them, none. Because, I mean, back when Apple was like the thing, I mean, it is now, but like if you didn't have Apple, you were a poor kid, basically. How many of those people carried cases? Almost none of them had their Apple phones in a case because they looked like crap. nowadays they're a lot better looking, so there's no reason to not have a case because anybody can get a stylish case. Anybody can get one that actually protects it. There's no reason not to. Like it's like wearing a watch nowadays, so you can actually be on time. Like
Yeah.
have a case on your phone.
Especially
Protect
these phones are like $2,000. Like, why would you not
Yes.
want to put a case on it, right?
They're
It's
insane nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I think and like I'm glad you brought up 2.6 the power bank with you, and like I carry a power bank with me everywhere in my everyday carry backpack. I just can't leave it in my vehicle because it'll die because it's so cold, but I keep it in my backpack. So every
fair.
time I go in and out anywhere, I have a power bank. But yeah, it's part of my carry. So
Mine's actually a solar powered one, so I can actually just sit in like on the dash and it'll just sit there and charge.
smart.
That's not bad. That's cool.
That's smart too.
This week's episode of Hard Times Strong Men is brought to you by FieldSeats.com. FieldSeats.com is an e-commerce federally licensed firearms dealer. They provide virtual reviews on brand new firearms, and at the end of the review, they give away the firearm being reviewed to an attendee. Currently, they've got field reviews up ranging from $20 for a brand new Smith & Wesson M&P Shield 2.0 to $65 for a brand new IWI Galil Ace Gen 2. Each review is limited to around 38 people, so your chances of winning the giveaway are that much higher. Use code STRONGMEN to receive 10% off your entire purchase at FieldSeats.com. Be sure to also check out their Instagram and Twitter at field_seats if you want to go ahead and give them a follow to see what upcoming items they have.
Yeah, so phone, I think. Next, again, because I'm unarmed, I'll say a weapon. So obviously, you guys, you're both packing a sidearm.
Yep.
I carry a knife, and I don't think the knife is just the weapon. It's more of a utility tool. Honestly, I use it literally to cut open mail from the post office. I cut open packages with it, or because I don't use it to pry shit because I don't want to like break the tip, but just have a knife, if you have to cut anything, but a good pocket knife. And again, you can normalize this for your kids. Like my son started carrying a knife at 12. I got him a small pocket knife and he carries it, but he knows like he couldn't carry it at school because people will think you're a psycho, but anytime we're out together, he carries a knife on him. And again, it's just normalizing it. So like you were saying 2.7, you didn't carry a watch till the army, but I know again, every soldier carries a watch and a knife.
Yeah.
So
you guys are going to think I'm a nerd, but I carry two.
Because you can.
Yeah.
No, I mean, yeah.
Two knives,
not?
right?
So I've got
Box cutter.
this.
Box
I use
cutter?
this every single day. Well, it's box cutter, so it's Milwaukee, so it's got box cutter and
Oh, the actual
Ooh.
tool. Flathead. Smart.
yeah.
Look at
I
that.
love this thing. I use it every
Smart.
single day. Like you said, opening mail or boxes or anything.
Yeah.
And then this is more of a legacy item, is why I carry it. But
Oh, nice.
my old man got me a custom buck knife, so
That's
Nice.
awesome.
I just carry that every day.
I swear, by next year,
Two-
we're going to be sponsored by Milwaukee.
2 is 1, 1 is none, I guess. You
Dream
got two
come true.
knives.
Well, yeah. Well,
Yeah,
and the nice thing
exactly.
about having the utility knife is that I can buy a little container of 100 blades for nothing.
Yeah.
If it ever
Yeah.
goes dull, I don't have to worry about sharpening. I just switch it out and it's done.
Smart.
So that part's really nice.
Yeah, I just carry a generic, I have a cold steel folder.
Nice.
The Recon one. Yeah, I still have
Yeah.
that thing. It's pretty old now, but I just carry a folder.
God, I used to love to carry was the Emerson Wave. I don't know if you ever saw
Oh,
those.
man. I did.
Those
yeah.
things were slick. I had that in the army. So that was the one with the hook on the back.
Yes. So as soon as you pull it out, it'll boom.
You
yeah.
rack it against the back of your pocket and it flips it
Yeah,
open.
and it'll deploy the blade.
Oh, so cool.
CRKT,
Nice.
CRKT, I think, was the other big one back in the Army. Everyone used those.
Yeah.
Columbia River something. Yeah, and
Something.
you can pull them out. And they were
Yeah.
huge. They were huge knives, but yeah.
Columbia River
I think
knife.
just a company or something. Or tactical. Columbia River Knife Tactical or something. Someone's going to correct us in the comments.
Knife trader, something.
Knife trade or something.
I feel
they were
bad
huge.
because
They were super
we used their
popular.
tomahawks. Columbia River
Yeah.
knife and tool.
Knife and
Knife and tool. Okay. Yeah, they were super popular, and yeah, just a generic folder. And then again, if you could carry a firearm, your EDC, I probably would if I could. No, I 100% would. So yeah, if you can carry and you're not, you're wrong.
Yeah. You need to carry. If you have
100%.
If you're of our mind and of our heart in this, you need to protect those that aren't able to protect themselves. You need to protect you and yours, right? That's your responsibility, and carrying a gun's the best way to do that. There's too many options. There's too many good ways to do it now. You don't really have an excuse.
Do you guys carry medical as well because you have a firearm
Mm-hmm.
on your person or just in your vehicle?
It's in the vehicle. At least for me, it is.
Yeah, mine's in the vehicle right now. I was looking at getting the new T-Rex sidecar because they have an option where
a spot for like the tourniquet.
Yeah. I was going to use that to always have a tourniquet on. I used to dummy court to my sidecar as well because I'm an older generation. Just in the little place where it would flex, I would tie it down, but that was just a little too bulky long term.
Yeah, so I've got a huge medical bag. I made a post on it on Instagram like in the summer. I have a huge team. I call it the team bag. It's enough medical supplies for like 4 people, and it's got everything from trauma to like a boo-boo kit. I carry that in my vehicle, but I also have a generic IFAK in my backpack, and then I also carry, because I never wear shorts because it's always cold, and even in the summer I wear pants, but I have an ankle holster that I have. I just carry an NPA, a tourniquet, a Halo chest seal, and then some gauze, and I carry it on my ankle. So
nice.
Even though I don't have a firearm, I have a trauma kit on me. So.
Nice.
Well, yeah. I mean, you're more likely to run into a medical scenario than anything, but
yeah,
those are neat. I like those.
Yeah.
I've
just got a generic IFAK in my car, and I think in both front door like pockets there are tourniquets. So like if a crash happens and I'm getting out of the car, I just grab it real quick, and I can just run over there if I need it. So I think I've got at least 4 tourniquets in the car, 2 in the center console, and then 2 tucked into both doors. So I'm always prepared for that.
Yeah, I've got from the company we will not name that's super famous and everyone either hates them or loves them. They have this visor panel for medical. I have 2. I have one on either side, and it's like a tearaway. And then behind each headrest, I also have from ITS Tactical, and I will name them because they're not. They have these like headrest medical tearaway things. So I have enough medical in my car for like 10 people.
Those things are really cool.
Yeah,
those are nice.
So yeah, I guess that's like weapon and medical. Admin. What would you guys consider admin? I'd say I still do carry a pen and a notebook. I still do. Mm-hmm. I carry a small Write in the Rain pad. I don't have it on me now because I'm seated, but I carry it in my left pocket. Just to write stuff down versus writing everything on your phone. What do you guys think about that? Pen and paper.
Yeah, so I have my wallet is a notebook holder.
Oh, you're super dad fancy.
Yeah, so it's a little leather notebook holder. It has all my cards as card holders. Has a spot for my notebook and then a spot for a pen. So I've cut down a Write in the Rain notebook that fits in it, and then I put in a like the bullet style Write in the Rain pen. And so I love to write stuff down. So that's where I put my daily log. So like making sure that I can keep track of my quiet times, my PT, medication, all that stuff. So, and then just like agendas for the day, schedule and everything. So I always have that on me, always.
Mm-hmm. Smart.
Yeah,
what about you, Six? Do you have pen and paper?
I too also carry around my Write in the Rain notebook.
Oh, nice.
It's gotten quite a bit of use since I got out of the Army. But yeah, pen and paper. I mean, that was SOP. So you were out of uniform if you did not have pen and paper. So it
I don't even have a pen. I lied. I use a mechanical pencil.
Nothing wrong with that. I mean, writing.
Yeah, that's what I use for the Write in the Rain. Well, just because the pen doesn't work in the cold, it doesn't work when it's actually raining. You know what I mean? So I use a pencil.
Yeah, you need the Write in the Rain pen.
Yeah, I'm not that fancy, man. Those things are expensive.
They are. That's true.
Yeah,
I wear a hat every single day.
Okay, I'm glad you brought this up. I wear a hat too every day, clearly. Yeah, I think it's important not to keep your hair in check, but obviously if it's sunny or if it's, the other end, if it's super cold, you should probably wear a hat. But why do you wear a hat? Like what's the reason behind it?
I just got used to it in the Army. Honestly, I just got used to it.
Did you wear a hat before the Army?
No. I used to wear headgear outside, and then I was just like, I felt naked without it, so I started wearing hats, and then, like you said, just having that cover is really nice, like, raining or sun or whatever, but also, just like creepy crawlies, like bees or whatever. I just, take that off, swat away, or whatever.
Do you wear a hat or anything? 6 or no?
So-
Not really.
I mean, sometimes, yeah. I mean, it's pretty sunny, pretty warm here, so it does tend to help to keep the sun out of your eyes and from getting your head completely freaking turned into a lobster. So, I mean, just kind of depends on the situation. I mean, if I'm going out to dinner or something or lunch, I usually don't. But if I'm going on like hike somewhere, yeah, I'm gonna wear a hat right up until I start getting overheated, and then I'm gonna take that sucker off.
Yeah, I've just been wearing a hat since I was literally like probably 6 or 7, and I've never
Yeah.
taken it off, and I wear one all the time.
Yeah, I mean that was the norm thing. Like when we were younger, dude, I wore a hat every single day. I got in trouble all the time because I wore it into school too. So
Yeah, me too.
I mean, it is what it is. So what about water? Do you guys like carry around bottles of water or something in your car? Or...
So I got an Nalgene with me right now as we're always speaking. I carry it with me, and I don't know if you guys do this or not, but I obviously, so like, the backpack thing I carry, but I carry water in my backpack. But even if I leave my backpack in my car, I will take the water out and carry it in my hand. If I'm even at the grocery store, I bring water with me everywhere.
That makes sense.
Everywhere I go, anywhere I go, because again, if you have kids and they need water, like, I have it on me and it's full.
Yeah, I've got Yeti.
Yep.
Bring that everywhere.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I bring 2 liters with me everywhere. 2 liters in my bag. I have 2 Yetis, and I always bring one out with me if I leave my bag. Yeah. And again,
especially
going
what you
back
said about kids. Like,
with kids,
kids
like
are
they might need
always
water.
thirsty. Always thirsty.
And yeah, it's just, again, like, obviously the 3 of us are military background. Like, you're literally a new guy on basic, and they're like, make sure your canteen's full. Like, it's so indoctrinated in you to have a water bottle, so it's totally normal.
Well, and just culturally, I feel like people are so dehydrated now, and they don't even know.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone wonders why they're pissy all the time.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and, I'm trying to, like live up to a higher standard, higher value set, for my kids. So I'm physically active. I try to be physically active. I try to work out every single day. And so I, need more water than if I was just stagnant all day.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
yeah,
even if you're
then
stagnant,
again,
you still need it.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not normalized now, but I think, like we keep saying, right, if we're trying to impose this ideology on everybody to train up a better class, if you're carrying water and your kids see it, it's going to be normal to them. They're not going to think it's weird because, like, and even like you guys can see here, obviously on camera, I have like all the stickers on my bottle. Both my kids do that too now with their Yetis that they have.
That's awesome.
They literally have it covered in stickers
Nice.
like I do, and I've been doing that since I was a private in the Army. Whatever Nalgene I had, I put
Yes.
stickers on it.
Yes.
So it's just totally normal now to carry water with you everywhere. And I think if people are so reliant on like, I'll just buy a drink if I'm out. I'm like, man, you're literally not like jiving with the prepared mindset we're trying to pass on. Water's an easy thing you could carry.
Well, it's like you're not prepared on purpose.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Anytime I leave the house, I pretty much have my Yeti filled with ice water. I'm just ready to go.
Yeah, especially for you guys. It's so hot like all the time. You need to have ice water with you. So
I could die every day.
Yeah, same. I mean, it may only be like 92 degrees, but the humidity is like 130,000%. So yeah, we need water.
Well,
so it should be
depending on where
normal
you
to carry
are,
water.
Yeah, and depending on where you're at in Texas, there's no overhead cover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that sun's gonna beat you into the dirt if you're not careful. So
Yeah, Texas is brutal, bro.
Do you guys carry your flashlight?
I do. Yep, I have a small one.
Cool.
I have a Streamlight, I think is the brand. Yeah, I have a
I've got
Streamlight.
a Streamlight Stylus
flashlight.
Pro, just a little pen light.
That's what I have. I have the same one. Yeah,
nice.
Light. There you go. Twin in.
Yeah, I started carrying when I was nursing, or when I started nursing.
Yeah,
because I used it for all my assessments, and I just carry it every day, regardless. And it's really funny. You don't know how much you need a flashlight until you need it, until you have one. Because that little DE flashlight on your phone isn't anything.
No. I laugh when I see people do that. Whip out their phone with the light on. I'm like, okay, basic white girl, you're not finding anything that you've dropped with your phone.
Yeah, I mean, my wife bought us for like emergency preparedness around the house. She bought us like a couple of they're like 2.5 inch long, just basic everyday click on, click off flashlights. Sometimes I grab that and stuff it in my pocket when I'm leaving. You never know.
And then if you're blessed enough to be able to carry a firearm every day, I have
Probably have a light on your firearm.
Yeah, I have X300U on mine, and
I've got the same light on my gun.
I just shine the
Your
sun
imaginary gun?
anywhere I want.
Yeah, my gun I do not own anymore. Canada, do not come after me for the gun I don't own. Yeah, but yeah, I also own the Surefire X300, and yeah, I think if you have a gun, you should have a light on it.
Oh, all the time. Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Working on that.
And yeah, it's like smart to have. But even having a light not on a gun is also smart to have, so you're not just shining your gun at somebody. You could have a normal light. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the big part is just like, yeah, you want to illuminate something, you're going to be flagging the crap out of somebody with that thing.
It's not normally appreciated.
Yeah, no.
Tends
so
to
I think it's smart.
elicit a certain response.
Yeah, I think it's smart to carry a normal flashlight. So any other miscellaneous items you guys like carry on your actual person? Oh yeah. Okay. So I've been like a hit or miss on that, and like I'm sure. Yeah. Okay. So the wedding band thing. Professionally, like in uniform, wow, I wouldn't wear it, and I know why. You're not giving away anything about you. Also, on the law enforcement side or any emergency response side, when you're fighting people all day, I've seen dudes like break their knuckles or break their fingers through their wedding band.
Dude, or just degloving.
Oh, God.
Yes.
Like,
God,
that's
terrible.
Misery.
So I can see the practicality to not wear it, but culturally and socially, people do wear wedding bands. And again, that's totally fine. Or they have like school rings or, whatever other rings. Or if you're a gangster, you're wearing multiple rings on multiple fingers. But I never wore one in uniform for that exact reason.
I have the one, and I got married like the last month of being in the Army still. So whenever I had to go out in the field, I had the silicone.
Yeah, those are popular too. Yep.
And then this is tungsten, so it'll break
You
away.
can cut it. Yeah.
Yeah. But I've also found that I'm almost to the point to where my finger has grown to where I can't take it off anymore.
Okay.
And so
You may need that tungsten side of it then.
So yeah, we went rafting on his bachelor trip, and so I couldn't take it off, but I couldn't risk it coming off. So I just taped over it, and that worked out.
That was fun.
Yeah. Something else you can do, like if guys have rings that they can't get off, they're super shiny. If they're worried about shine in the field, that you can get like Coban tape and just wrap over a couple times, and it won't reflect anymore.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm doing anything active, I'm wearing one of the silicone bands because, I mean, if they tear, if they get ripped off, I mean, I'm not going to get gloved. And,
well,
they can
you
be
buy
gross.
like 10, 20 of them and don't matter.
Exactly. Yeah. They're so cheap, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and they're pretty common, and like again, it's totally normalized in our Western culture to wear a wedding band. But I never did in the field. I never did at work. I never did like fighting people. It was just, and I never got the silicone band either. Like I know people did, and I know another thing people do. I can't because my hands and my body are completely covered in tattoos. But you'd see dudes would get wedding band tattooed on their finger instead of wearing a band for that reason, right? And it was very common in our army. A lot of guys had it. They had it tattooed, but
I've seen that a lot too.
Yeah, I saw that a lot.
It's very, very common. Yeah, and I can't get anything tattooed on my fingers, so I'm totally covered. But yeah, I don't foresee wearing one just for, again, the practicality for me. But I get why people do. But it's just something you have to decide on your own. But I've seen a lot of people get like the degloving, and I saw one guy get his finger caught in like the side of like a lav. I don't know, something on the back door on a lav. These mechanized guys, we did like exercise with them, and I wasn't mechanized, but I saw him and his thing got stuck, and he got it stuck in there. So I do not it just freaked me out for the thing. Fire.
Yeah,
as
I
you're
carry a
shining
lighter.
it. Do you carry you carry a Zippo, obviously,
every day? Yep.
What about you, Six? Do you carry a lighter?
I don't normally. I probably should. I've got a couple of my bedside tables or nightstands, so I mean, it's on hand. It's readily available. I've got them all over the house too. So,
do you like your Zippo? I have one. I just don't carry it.
I love it. I honestly, I just I like the. What am I trying to say?
I just feel like there's a lot of maintenance with it. There's a lot of maintenance with it.
And that's why I like it. It's the ritual. That's what I'm trying to
say. The ritual. Yeah.
Yeah, I like the ritual of it. It's really old school, and you have to take care of it.
You do.
So it the fluid evaporates all the time. So I'm constantly having to refill it. if the wick runs down, I'm gonna have to get a new wick. I have to change out the the flint sometimes, but it it works when it has to. If I'm in the field, I have a Bic lighter because you can't really break them and they work when they need to. But for me, it's just a ritual kind of thing.
Yeah, and I feel like I should honestly carry mine more because I got it as a gift and I have it like engraved and stuff. But I don't carry it because not even the work involved in it. Mine was getting destroyed in my pocket with my knife and everything else. It was getting scratched to shit.
Yikes.
Because I'm not wearing like everyday carry, which is what we're talking about. I literally wear like blue jeans, so I don't have all these cargo pockets to put all my shit in.
I keep
so
mine
in my pocket,
in the little coin.
Oh, in the coin thing. Okay, yeah, because I had it in my pocket with my knife and my flashlight and whatever else in that pocket. So, but I usually carry. Now, I just carry a Bic lighter, but I have tape to it. I do it for the field, but I carry it every day on me because during the recording of this, it's winter, so I wear a coat. I carry it in my coat pocket. I have lip chap taped to it upside down, so I carry lip chap too, and I have them taped together to the lighter. So you always have good lips for your bay, and then I have tape if I ever need it.
How much tape?
Realistically, probably like 10 feet of Gorilla tape. It's huge, like totally covered between both. So I have tape on me.
That's not bad.
Crap.
Yeah.
And then I even put Ghetto Ranger retainer bands from the inner bicycle tube. I have 4 of them around it as well. And obviously that's like a fieldcraft trick, but I carry it in my coat every day too.
Keys?
Do you guys carry like a lot of stuff on your keys, or do you carry are you pretty slick with your keys?
No, so when I had my older vehicle, I actually had like a leather key silencer, just because of it being like super small. Now I have
one of those as well.
A newer call. It's like connected to the key fob, which I'm not really a fan of, but I try to keep that about as minimal as I can. I don't like.
What about you?
Jingling around in my pocket.
What about you, Six?
Car key, house key, 2 sets of gun case keys. If found, returned to Texas tag. And you're my favorite asshole keychain. So I'm pretty slick, but I guess not that slick considering I'm carrying around freaking and the PO box key. So yeah, I guess not really slick too much. So
you have a bunch of keys.
I do. Oh man! If
so
it comes
every
down to it,
time
I'm
you walk,
out a fight.
every time you walk, you're that guy jingling down the hall.
Actually, no.
With all your keys in
Surprisingly
your pocket?
not. Surprisingly not. I feel like I should be like the janitor walking down the hall with like the 15 billion keys on the key ring, and all you hear is chink, chink, chink every time he takes a step, but it ain't that bad.
I've got mine on one of those silencer leather things. Shout out to Orbit Key. That's the one I have. I've got the leather one because I only have 3 keys. I only have 3 keys. I have like a male one and one for my garage, one for my house, and that's it. And then my key fob for my Toyota's like separate. And then I have a seatbelt cutter attached to that as well.
Nice.
Sweet.
I have a seatbelt cutter on my car keys, so if you're ever driving, something happens. But my keys are pretty slick, and I just carry it in my pocket. What else for everyday carry?
Wallet. We already go to the
wallet. There we go. Let's talk about that. No, he mentioned his with his notepad. Do you guys, are your wallets slick or are they big? Well, I know 7 years is probably a little bigger because you have a notepad.
Yeah, I try, because it's kind of built into one, I try to keep it about as slick as I can. I have all the cards I need. I have some cash if need be. But
do you guys carry cash? You guys carry cash with you?
A little bit.
No.
Just here and there.
I don't. Nobody uses cash anymore. It's kind of a hassle. So I don't carry cash anymore. I actually carry a metal wallet with RFID.
Which one do you have? The Ridge?
No, it's not the Ridge.
Secret?
I'm trying to remember. Oh, Traybacks.
Okay, yep.
Yeah, Traybacks.
Nice. Those are sweet wallets. Yeah, so I used to have the Ridge wallet because it was very small, RFID coded. I gave it to my son because I got a wallet for my birthday from my family, and it was made by my best friend, and it's alligator leather. So it's like
fancy.
sentimental, and it's alligator from Texas. Shout out to Seven's backyard.
Hey.
and or crocodile, or no, I think it's crocodile actually if it's from Texas. But yeah, so crocodile leather. But it's very minimal. It's very slick. It only holds a couple cards. But I do carry cash, and I was going to say for the prepared mindset, I carry cash because even if the world doesn't, I have been to the grocery store and seen people in line, and the store's like, our debit and credit are down, and they've turned away people, and I always carry $200 in cash on my person. But I don't carry it in my wallet. I carry it in a money clip hidden on my body somewhere else, because if I ever get my wallet jacked, I don't lose my cash.
That's smart. Definitely don't tell them where that is.
Yeah, so I carry it in a money clip. I've got a brass money clip with my cash, and actually that's where I carry my driver's license as well. It's separate from my wallet, so if I ever lost my wallet, I still have one form of ID.
Nice.
Smart.
Yeah, so that's how I keep them totally separate. And my wallet, because it's custom made, he stitched in an RFID coded section.
Nice.
Heck yes,
so
dude.
You can't scan my wallet, but yeah, I think wallet is important too. And anyone who has a big George Costanza dad wallet with all your Costco cards, you're wrong. You could probably have a smaller one. And I front carry my wallet. It's in my left pocket. I don't carry it on the back, on the if I sit down or whatever. But yeah, and I think wallet is a thing that you could, normalize with people, and or like your kids, or people want to see your wallet, because I get a lot of comments when I'm in, again, the grocery store and I'm paying for something not with cash. I take out my wallet and people are always like, man, that's a sick wallet, because it's totally custom to me. He only ever made two, one for him and one for himself, so people always ask about it. But
heck yeah,
really cool.
I think wallet's a big one. Is there anything else you guys carry like physically on you?
Usually a pair of sunglasses.
Yeah, sunglasses. Actually, I was just gonna say, yeah.
Dude,
yeah. Sunglasses.
Here, if you leave the house, oh my god, you need it so bad. I mean, I wear a pair of Oakleys. Not like the Oakleys we got issued, but they're a little bit more
Oakley M frames.
No, I'm not wearing the Oakley.
You're not walking around. You're not walking around with clear ballistic eyewear M frames, looking cool.
You're not wearing your M frames and your 511 pants.
No, I'm not. I'm not Tim Kennedy. Sorry.
That's awesome.
Yeah, no.
I wear Oakleys as well, and I have Ray-Bans in my car. I always carry Oakleys on me.
Oakleys all day.
Yeah,
I've got
just so nice.
I've actually got, so if you know, and again, it's not culturally normal in Canada, so people don't pick it up because they're dumb here. But I have the Infinite Hero line. I have the fuel cell. So like that Oakley line, do you guys know what that is? So proceeds go to like wounded veterans in the States.
I haven't seen that. That's cool.
Huh.
Infinite Hero. Yeah, if you look it up. I don't even know if the line's still around now. I have two sets of them, and I have different models, but a portion of the proceed from Oakley goes to the Wounded Warrior Foundation, and they're like, it's got a purple accent for the Oakley symbol, and my lenses are purple and blue, but my glasses are black.
Okay, Nomad. What's your one bit of dad advice?
One bit of dad advice. No matter what you do, your children are watching, whether it be good or bad. So for me, I'm trying to be, better than I was yesterday, and being prepared all the time is not a paranoid thing. It's a prepared thing, because, I'm in charge of their security. So, and like I said, having, an older kid now, because my kids are going to be teenagers, both of them, it's normalized to them. So they emulate it. Like I said, like I see, like my son has my Ridge wallet, he's got the stickered water bottle. He has a knife now. It's totally normal to him. So yeah, no matter what you do, they're watching.
6.
So my little bit of dad advice, even though I'm not a dad yet, definitely always do the right thing. Even when people aren't watching, you're not doing it for the praise. You're doing it for the pride. So do it for yourself.
Facts.
Cool.
What do you guys have?
Fake it till you make it.
That's true. Fake it till you make it. It's true. Literally, it's true.
So, you have these milestones in your life, these times in your life when you get to remake yourself, right? Mm-hmm. If you move to a new town, when you start high school, when you join the army, any of these things, when you move, away for college. So when I joined the army, I set out to remake myself, and I had the headspace, the frame of mind that I would make up like the ideal version of me, what a man should be, my ideals, my habits, mm-hmm. my mannerisms, everything. And I made it up in my head, and I started doing those things. And I just kept making it up. as I went along. I kept doing those things until they weren't made up anymore.
Smart.
So, right.
You like normalized it. Yeah.
Yeah. I normalized it for myself.
Yeah,
I
you
hacked
normalized
myself.
it. Yeah, you like visualized it. You like told yourself what you wanted to be every day, and now it's who you are.
Yeah. So like even with my kids, it's like, all right, so if I'm presented with a situation with my sons, it's like, okay, what would a good father do?
Yeah.
And then I do that thing.
I do the same thing. I always like take a second and think, what would the ideal man do?
Yeah.
And the way, like my friend who made my wallet, he used to tell me, be the person you want to be beside when it hits the fan on the baseline. He's like, just be that person every day.
Mm-hmm.
Be that person that you'd want to be beside. No matter what happens, you look to your left, and you're like, that's the dude I want to be beside. So he said every day, do that as a father, as a husband, as a man, a soldier, whatever you're doing, be that person.
Yeah.
And so you essentially did that.
Yeah. I mean,
That's awesome.
Someone told me one time, be the kind of man that your son thinks you are.
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or be the man you'd want your daughter to marry, right? And people have heard that too, right?
Yeah.
Be that person.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I don't buy that the whole notion that you can't change, that you can't do better, that you can't anything. I don't buy it, because if you can see something, if you can rationalize something, you can make it happen. Just whatever you think, whatever you make up that a good person would do this thing, do that thing, and keep doing that until you're not making up anymore, until you have become that good person, until you become that good husband, that good father.
100%.
You make it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fake it till you make it.
Fake it till you make it.
I like it.
Yeah.
That's great.
Awesome.
So thanks for joining us, guys. This is the Hard Times Strong Men podcast, cheering up a better class of man. Stay dangerous. Stay in the fight.